within 72 hours. We just ask for your patience as this is a rather evolving scene. A lot is still under investigation as we attempt to discover what happened and the facts that led up to this incident today.
How many officers were in the lot?
There were multiple officers in the lot. I don't have an exact count for you. Obviously, this is a precinct, so officers are going and coming and they're exchanging shifts and things of that nature. So I won't give you an exact amount, but we did have multiple officers inside the lot at this time.
Is this person suspected of any crimes before this shooting took place?
We don't know. We're still trying to ascertain the facts that led up. We do know that there was a call to the Home Depot just prior to this regarding a suicidal subject. However, at this time, I can't tell you if the two are related.
Was he in the secure part of the precinct lot? And if so, do we know how he got in?
That's true. He was in the secure part of the lot. We do not know how he got in there at this time.
There's a car cordoned off and blocked off. Is that connected to this, and how so?
Again, we're trying to figure out all the facts that led up to this. Again, we did have a call of a suicidal person. We're trying to see if that car is related to this person who was involved.
I didn't hear if you said that this person was armed or not.
I'm sorry?
Was this person armed?
Armed with a knife, yes. I'm sorry. Armed with a knife.
Do
Okay.
you know what size of knife, type of knife? Are you saying any of that?
I do not know. That will be part of the investigation. That's certainly evidence that's going to be collected. And so I have not been privy to seeing that particular evidence as it is part of the independent investigation.
Do you know how many shots have been fired?
I do not know. That's something that I always let the medical examiner tell us that and let the investigation tell how many shots were fired. I think that's very important that we are correct on that. And so I do not know how many shots were fired at this time.
What type of less lethal device was used?
It's called a 40 millimeter, less than lethal weapon. It's kind of like a sponge round, if you will. And it's often used for people, so we do not have to use use of force, but at this time it was not effective. The officers were not successful in using that.
Does that mean that the person continued to approach officers?
Absolutely, yes.
What happened?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to understand your question just a little bit.
Well,
Again,
when it
the
didn't work-
officers were unsuccessful at deploying the 40 millimeter. The person continued and one officer discharged his weapon. Again, I haven't been privy to all the evidence because it is part of the investigation, and certainly when we have that, we'll let you know.
So how many rounds were used of that lethal 40?
I'm not sure. I do not know. That will be part of the investigation.
And then, Chief, quick question. I mean, you were just here last night for a community meeting. Kind of walk me through what it's like being here less than 24 hours in this incident.
Well, I think it just underscores the relevance of community engagement. It underscores that, there's much work to do. It underscores that sometimes we have a lot of ongoing challenges around mental health, around issues that we need to work together, I think, as a community to figure out some solutions to that. I think we need to work together more, not just the police, but as a community. That was the purpose of being here yesterday. Again, probably less than 12 hours we were here with the community that was certainly concerned about their particular area and things that may be going on here.
This morning, we saw Mayor Harrell was extending the crisis care program.
Yeah.
Does that have, what's your take on that? Seeing what happened here.
Well, we've always stood in support of the CARES program. We've always stood in support of a co-responder model, police working hand in hand with mental health professionals, and we certainly believe it's the right thing to do. We've learned so much over the course of the history of policing that there are some challenges that are best handled when we work together with other people, and that's one example of it is the mental health crisis. But again, they have to be able to respond, they have to be able to be here, and things evolve very, very quickly.
So you're confirming that there was no care crisis negotiator, that program, anyone from that here today?
I don't believe there was. Again, this evolved very, very quickly, and so we're not sure if that was even a possibility, given what we know.
Idea of when it was first encountered by officers to when an officer opened fire?
No, that'll be part of the investigation.
What can you tell us about the person who was shot, man or woman? And
it was a male. It was a male. I don't know the age and I don't know the race.
Chief, this is the first OIS of 2025. Can you speak
Sure.
to that and just kind of what this means as we move through the rest of this year?
Well, you know, every officer involved, critical incident, whether a shooting or not, there's always a debrief. We always are trying to figure out how we can prevent these things from happening. But these events happen quickly. They escalate quickly, and officers have to make quick decisions. We have to de-escalate. That's part of what we do in our strategy. If less than lethal weapons are available, we want to use those. But ultimately, we want to make sure that we can investigate this thoroughly, determine exactly what happened before we start to make judgments about what may or may not have happened here today. And so I thank you for the opportunity to speak with you, and I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We're gonna go on.